Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eat. No, that's not what it is. What is it? Yeah, is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had it. Yeah.
Huh? What is it? Yeah. All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eats. I'm here with my brother Chef Jeff Santos. Together we are your favorite Filipino foodies where we talk about food worth mentioning. And we had a little bit of dessert this weekend, didn't we, Jeff?
Yes, we did. It's a place that we wanted to try for a while. We actually had Isabella's donuts before, but we're talking about Mochi donuts.
Yeah.
And what these are they're donuts made with rice flour,
Nice.
glutinous rice flour to be exact. And after they're deep fried, they have a nice crunchy outside and a very chewy texture in the middle. So yeah, it was a good day to have some nice desserts.
Absolutely, yes. We had some mochi donuts from, was it La Mochi Desserts, right?
La Mochi, yep, La Mochi desserts. That's correct.
La Mochi Desserts. So as Jeff has mentioned, we have had mochi donuts before. Before was Isabella's. That was at the fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Fried chicken?
Yep.
Yeah, the fried chicken festival. So yeah, where they made sandwiches out of those mochi donuts. And mochi donuts, they are perfect for both savory and sweet applications. Actually, they're really, really tasty donuts. We had a chance to go. We went with our mother. We took her for a walk, and then afterwards, as a treat afterwards, we decided to get some donuts. And it was a place that we wanted to go to for a while. Now, this is in the same sort of strip mall as some other places that we've talked about before. We've talked about Chun Chun. That's the Korean rice corn dog. I guess not a corn dog. It's a rice dog, really.
A rice dog. But what's funny, they actually use the same sort of dough outside their hot dogs as well. So it's almost like a mochi dog. It's a rice flour base, so it's crunchy, nice texture, chewy texture of the dough, and then the actual meat of the hot dog in the middle.
Yeah, and then also Chicken Plus. That's the place that had the waffle bowls with the fried chicken in it. That whole strip mall is a lot of fun. If you want to go there, if you have some kids that want to try some fun foods, you can certainly go there. There's QQ ice cream that shows the rolled ice cream, and then a bunch of bubble tea places. There's another bubble tea.
Lots of bubble tea. Yeah.
What was that one place called?
Incredible.
Alley.
It was the Alley. Yeah. It's a weird. You wouldn't think it was like bubble tea because it was called the Alley. Their logo was a deer head with antlers and bubble tea.
Yeah. So we're actually talking about that in a little bit. But let's really talk about mochi donuts. And I'm going to share the screen here just because we want to just really show what their website looks like. Really simple. It's lamochisweets.com. Yeah. And so you could order online if you'd like. Now, if we order online, is that like for pickup or is that delivery? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's a bit of maybe both. I'm most likely for pickup. So when we did go there, it's like Frenchie's Donuts, which was in Etobicoke. So it's made to order donuts, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But yeah, so you pick your flavor, you tell them what you want. They're $4 each. Half a dozen is 24, and a full dozen is 42. So of course, the more you buy, the more you save. But yeah, so when you order donuts, you pay for it, and they say it takes about 10, 15 minutes. However, ours took about half hour, but it was worth the wait. Only because, like I said, they're freshly made, and after donuts are made, you can't dress them right away because they come from a deep fried fryer. So if you were to put anything on it, it would melt right away. So it sort of ruined the look of it.
Absolutely.
So, So let's look at the flavors here we got.
Yeah, so we got some flavors here, pretty fun ones. So they got the black sesame, they got the cookies and cream, the creme brulee, a double shot chocolate. I didn't notice that when we were there.
Yeah.
Golden strawberry, and then hazelnut praline. I didn't notice that either.
No,
Mango mania,
neither did I. Okay.
And then matcha and Oreo, milk tea, old-fashioned churro, and then vanilla bean coffee. Really fun flavors. Here's something that's interesting, Jeff, that I noticed is that they have an address in Markham Road. Did you know that?
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, because they're not usually at Markham Road. They're on Midland. You know what that's about,
So
Jeff?
yeah, so I wonder if this is their factory, but or maybe they moved. Maybe I don't know. That's
Perhaps
interesting.
because actually, when I noticed that, I actually double checked. I was like, "Is this even the right website?" Like I was like, and
Yeah,
so I did double check, and this is the correct website.
that
So
is it. Yeah,
interesting,
Mochi Sweets.
fun stuff. And so yeah, there's a lot of great foods
Oh,
there.
hold on.
Oh, what's up?
Okay, no, I was looking. Oh, especially yeah. I remember when remember this page, they did have like specialty donuts, like right there with the eyes. Um, but I didn't see them listed on the when we got there. So I wonder
Yeah,
if there's like special order.
yeah,
Maybe it
because these
is. Yeah.
these are not clickable, right? And so those of you that are watching,
Ah,
you guys are understand what we're talking about. But those of you just listening, I actually clicked on a part. I don't know what part of the website that I actually clicked on. Oh, just part of home. And then if you scroll
yeah,
down, they have these special character donuts or limited edition mochi donuts. And I tried to click on the different headings, but they don't go anywhere.
yeah.
And so, I clicked on all the donuts. We've already talked about all the different flavors, from black sesame all the way down to the vanilla bean coffee. And
Hmm.
so we went there. We had 6 donuts.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So actually, Kevin, before we go there, so that's one thing I found sort of interesting. Like, unlike Frenchies, they didn't have a create your own donut sort of option. But I'm guessing you could do that if you order a lot of donuts, like for like they said
perhaps,
for a wedding or some sort of gathering.
yeah,
So they will do it that way because, yeah, because unlike Frenchies, they didn't have all their flavors displayed. They just had display donuts, and then everything was done in the back, and then just brought it to you. But
yeah,
I think it would be nice if they did have a create your own, just because some kids they might not like maybe matcha and Oreo. They just want Oreo,
oh
sort
yeah,
of idea. Yeah, and I do how
absolutely.
like the strawberry is actually has the strawberry glaze and strawberry pocky.
Hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Pocky is a popular Asian dessert, which is basically like a cookie breadstick shape, very thin and coated with chocolate, strawberry, matcha, or any sort of glaze on it to add a bit more flavor to it.
Yeah, and Pocky, it comes like not only just different flavors, but also different themes. I remember there's like a Thomas the Tank Engine Pocky. I mean, it's just,
I didn't know that.
yeah, but it's just the
Awesome.
outside is Thomas the Tank Engine, but when you open it inside, it's just chocolate. So I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
yeah,
it.
and I am positive there's probably a Hello Kitty Pocky. I mean,
Oh,
there's
there
no
has to
doubt.
be. There has to
And
be.
it's probably just chocolate. So
Mm,
that's probably
that's
just
it.
kind of how it works out. And so those are the donuts. So let's get into the pictures here, Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, oops, wrong picture. That's one of the pictures
that's
for
all right.
later on. But here's us outside, and
Yes,
yeah,
it's a
it's a
beautiful
beautiful
day.
day. Yeah,
So
this is
yeah.
actually a great
So
picture of us.
yeah, well, we always look great.
Yeah,
Can you
look at
say?
that. Yeah.
So what was funny is we couldn't find this place at first because most of the stores, their signage was sort of, you see where my head and Ken head is, like where the main middle part is, the bar. Most of the stores had their signage on that sort of height.
Yeah.
So we were looking along there, so I can't see it, can't see it. And then I finally looked up further, and it was right in the corner. And there's like, oh, there it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's
The
right in the
signage is
corner.
high and big, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure at night it's well lit,
Hmm.
so you could see it more than you could today. So,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So we
great.
went inside.
Mm,
Not only they had donuts, but I think at one time oh yeah, nice big mural on top. It's pretty good. And so I think at one time they might have served coffee and ice cream because they had an ice cream machine uh, by the cashier, but it wasn't on. There wasn't anything in it. Um, so I'm not too sure, and it wasn't on the menu either. So I guess they've reduced menu during. We're still at the lower end of the pandemic, so I think there's a limited menu right now.
yeah, it's limited menu. I bet you once the summer really fires up, they're going to want to
Hmm.
serve some ice cream and make some extra money doing it that way.
Oh
Who
yeah.
knows? But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the ice cream was just too much trouble. Who knows?
Oh,
Right?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Despite all that, there was a little bit of I mean, they always had business. It wasn't too big of a lineup, but
No.
they're always, it seems like they're constantly taking orders, and so the business
Oh.
looks like it's doing very, very well.
Oh yeah.
And so you saw on the website the different flavors of mochi donuts, but if you don't know what to get, there's obviously a menu on site there. And so,
Hmm.
you know what? I actually And so here they are. They got the hazelnut, the chocolate, and it's this. Those of you that can't see, it's just a picture
Yeah.
of the menu that's kind of up there. Just kind of fun. And
Oh,
again, what's up?
well, the Fruity Pebbles that was listed on their picture. So,
You know what? The
and
Fruity
powdered
Pebbles
sugar.
was in their display case. I remember that.
Ah, okay.
I do remember that. I just didn't want to order it. Yeah. So
No, yeah.
yeah. Although I could see someone ordering. I could see I
Oh,
could see
yeah.
some
The
people,
kids for ordering
especially
that.
kids.
You know.
Yeah. And so we decided, well, what did we want to have? And Mom said she'll have whatever. And so we kind of wanted churros, so that was kind of hers. We
Hmm.
decided. And then my father loves creme brulee, so we made sure to order that for him. I'm a big fan of milk tea, so I ordered
Yep.
that. Diana wanted the chocolate. Even though Diana was there, going to make sure that she was included, so Jeff brought home
Yeah.
the chocolate to her.
That's
And
right.
then I know that there was another creme brulee ordered.
Yeah, that was for me.
And then what was the other one?
The box sesame, because you mentioned that, oh, box sesame
Ah,
sounds good. So I said, you know
yeah,
what? Let's
that
get the box
black
sesame.
sesame. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, very, very good. I really wanted the milk tea, and I'm glad that we got the black sesame. So it was really good. And here's what everything looked like. So two creme brulees on
Yeah.
the corners there, the black sesame in the bottom middle, the chocolate on the bottom right, the milk tea in the top middle, and then the top left is Mom's the churro. It did take a while. What he did warn us when we ordered it, it's going to take about 10 minutes. It was longer than that. But
Yeah.
the order before that was 4 boxes.
Yeah.
So that's
So two
probably
dozen
what,
donuts they ordered. So
yeah, that's probably what slowed them down. And then when we got the box, it was nice that you could tell the donuts were still hot, but
mhm.
they weren't too hot that it melted all
No,
the toppings on top, which is
correct.
kind of nice. Yeah. So here's the thing: is that if you're gonna eat at a place like La Mochi, you're going to feel like it is a superior donut. And part of the reason is that it's just made fresh. That's
Hmm.
really it. There's a reason why the Krispy Kreme donut tastes so good. And it's because, well, first of all, it's a different style of donut. But
Yeah.
chances are, if you go to Krispy Kreme, I mean, I'm not talking about if you go buy Krispy Kreme donuts at the grocery store. I'm like, if you go
No.
to Krispy Kreme, that donut is typically minutes old, like less than an
Yes.
hour, less than 15 minutes, less than 10 minutes, or just like us, our donuts were less than 5 minutes old.
Yeah.
And so there's just a superior freshness. And so it's different than going into a Tim Hortons or even like a place like Vaughn's Donuts where they're made fresh on site, but
Yeah.
they're hours old. I mean,
Oh,
and
they
they're
are.
good, but they're just not as good as minutes old. And they're
No.
Krispy Kreme, or even if you go to the CME and get a Tiny Tom donut, when
Oh,
you get a Tiny Tom donut,
yeah.
they're fresh, they're warm, and it's very different than getting even a very high quality donut at a place like even like oh
Oh,
um
Glory Hole or
yeah, Glory
yeah.
Hole, or what's that place? Oh, what's the place in Mississauga that we get the cakes from and everything? That you always get donuts from?
Oh, that's San Remo.
Yeah, San
Yeah.
Remo. Even San Remo's, they have fresh donuts. They're just not going to taste as good as something
No.
like this that's
Yes.
really minutes old. Like
Yes.
really,
Like I
really
said,
old.
Frenchie's does the fresh donuts. Cops Donuts does the mini donuts as well, and
Mhm.
you have to wait for those. And I think I saw another thing on BlogTO, another company making small donuts, but again, they make it fresh on order. So of course, those donuts will be like minutes old. So like a
Yeah.
nice superior fresh donut.
And it is super. And then, as Jeff had mentioned before, these donuts, they're almost a little crunchy on the outside. Not crunchy like hard crunchy, but there's just that
No.
little bit of a crisp. And then
Yeah.
inside, they're nice, soft, and chewy. It's absolutely spectacular. And so, why don't we talk about the donuts a little bit here?
Yeah.
Should we just kind of go around the circle? Like, why don't you
Let's
start
go in
us
the
off, Jeff?
circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the churro donut. So basically, it's the donut freshly fried, and they put a mixture of cinnamon sugar on top for the churro taste.
Very basic. Very
Very
basic. Very
basic.
good.
Tasted good. Not much more you could really expand on that.
Yeah.
Next one, Ken, is the milk tea.
Milk tea, that's the one that I particularly wanted. I'm a really big fan of milk tea.
Hmm.
Whenever someone asks me if I want bubble tea, if they ask me the flavor I want, I'm going to say the milk tea. I'm going to say that every single time. And so I wanted this. When I had this, it tasted okay because
Yeah,
it was a good
unfortunately, yeah.
donut, but it didn't taste like milk tea to me. It just
No.
tasted sweet. Right? It just had a sweet
Yeah,
glaze, and that was it.
that
And
was it.
so
Unfortunately.
yeah, but you know what? I was looking kind of at their website here, And if you sort by popularity, that is the most popular one, right? So
Okay.
just something to think about. Yeah, I was like I was searching or sorting by you know
Popular, yeah.
high
The
to low
price
or
and everything
whatever
else,
like that.
yeah.
But when you sort by popularity, the milk tea is the most popular. So just
Oh,
something
and
to
then followed by
think
black
about.
sesame.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. And then there's a creme brulee. Now these kind of
Yeah,
look different, but they're the same donut.
they're the
And
same.
creme, I didn't even taste the creme brulee. What did
Yeah.
you think of it, Jeff?
Let's pass on the creme brulee and chocolate for now. Let's go to the black sesame. Yeah, we'll talk
Okay.
about that one.
Okay, we're gonna go right to
Um,
the black sesame because that's the one that I tried. I did not try the chocolate because that went home
no,
then for with Jeff to eat with Diana. Black
yeah,
sesame was my favorite one. I think it was
it
Jeff's as
was.
well.
Yeah.
Those black
It-
sesame is black sesame. It's just a black sesame seed, right? It's just
yeah, that's all it is.
okay.
And then they
Yeah,
just sort of they pound it or grind it into a paste. So
nice.
it's the same sort of thing that you're like, well, not really, into various different like rice ball or anything you find in an Asian dessert sort of thing.
Yeah, and so it looks they must have toasted it because I really tasted
Hmm.
the toast.
Oh
There's like a
yeah,
nuttiness to it. It was really really good. That one, I'm just gonna give it a rating. That one's a 9. I'll give that one a
yeah,
9. I'll give the milk tea. It's just the milk tea gets carried because it was just a fresh donut, and I'll
it
give it a
was.
7.5. The churro,
Yeah,
I guess, an 8.
at
And
eight.
then
Yeah.
yeah, and then like so the other two. Why don't you talk about those, Jeff?
So the good thing about these donuts is that when they're fresh, they're warm, they have a crispness to it and a chewiness. And I highly recommend you eat them as soon as you get them,
Hmm.
or eat them within an hour.
Yep, and that's what we
We
did.
waited. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we did.
we drove home and probably were home. Probably it's like not that short, maybe half hour,
No,
maybe.
yeah, half hour, 45 minutes until we finally
Yeah,
got them. So,
yeah,
and they were still warm. The box insulated them very well, so they were still warm, and they
yep.
still had the crunch. Um, yeah, unfortunately for us, and I'm pretty sure Dad had the same reaction, but of course he wouldn't say anything. The donuts sort of lose their their crunchiness. They sort of lose everything I liked about the donut. Everything was lost in it because it got cold. The glaze got cold, and it got a bit more greasier um,
Mm,
as time went on. And yeah, because that's the thing is what happened after the deep fat fried. You know, they hold the oil and it says crunchy, but of course, as soon as it gets cooler, the oil starts to come out, leach out.
yeah,
And that's what happened to the creme brulee and chocolate donut that we had when I brought them home for Diana. We didn't eat these until maybe 6 o'clock ish, maybe even past that. So we got these what 3, I think. So within 3 hours. So
yeah.
yeah. So like I had, they were the flavor is good. So I don't think it's fair for me to rate the creme brulee and chocolate right now, only because we didn't have them fresh.
You know what? That's
Um,
true. Even I talked to Dad about if he liked his donut, and he said it was kind of chewy, but he said he liked it, but it's
yeah.
sweet. Of course, you'll like it, right? But if you could, I bet you if you could, Jeff could compare them. It's night and day. You want to get these
Oh,
donuts, and you want to eat them within the hour.
yeah.
Probably eat them like who holds donuts more than an hour, really?
Oh,
Unless
yeah.
you're gonna have,
Well,
if you intend to save
because we're
forever.
so yeah, we're so used to having donuts, sit on the table for how many hours, and then oh yeah, I got a donut later, and you expect a donut to be sort of that same donut because the donut, like Ken said, some donuts we get from Timmy's, from Glory Hole, from San Remo, they're made like an hours before because they're filled, or even if they're glazed ones.
Yeah,
But highly recommend you get these donuts, and yeah, we highly recommend get these donuts, that's for sure, but then eat them within an hour, hour and a half tops. You still want them warm. You still want them to have that little crispness to it and the texture to it. Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
all I could say. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's probably something that we're going to eat again.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably something we're going to eat right away. We're going to try the creme brulee again, probably try the
Hmm.
chocolate again, just so that we can really understand how yummy, we could just taste it while they're fresh. Now,
Yeah, for sure.
are there any flavors you want to try next time, Jeff?
Um, maybe the coffee one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Look at
and
that.
yeah.
They have coffee beans on 8 coffee beans on 8 of the different balls, which is kind of neat.
So I don't know if they're actually coffee beans or maybe just
Oh,
decorations, or they could be
that's
like
true.
chocolate covered coffee beans.
Might be.
That's what they
Might
could be.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so those of you that still are wondering what these things look like, the balls are like maybe a little bit smaller than ping pong balls, and they're just kind of arranged. And because they're made out of dough,
Yeah.
that will stick to each other if you fry them together that way. And
Yeah.
so just so that you understand, I am a big fan of praline, so I would try the hazelnut praline.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, I get that black sesame again, but that's not
I
really
know.
trying
Yeah.
anything new.
Maybe the
We didn't
mango.
even try the mango, did we? That's
No.
interesting. We never got
Well,
the mango.
what was
Yeah.
funny is what the display case mango one had sprinkles, like blue sprinkles. So I wonder if I just confused that with the pebbles. So
Ah, yeah. The pebbles, are they even on here? No,
not in
there's no
this one.
picture of
No.
them. The
Yeah.
pebbles were
Yeah.
in the display case. The pebbles were like, it reminded me of the Homer Simpson donut. It had that pink frosting
Nice.
with, and Fruity Pebbles are multicolored, but the pebbles weren't on top. They were kind of like they were inside the icing, kind of like, if you understand what I
Okay.
mean. Yeah, so
All
they're kind of
right.
covered up. So yeah, that's what I would get next time. I would be open to trying the golden strawberry. I do like strawberry flavoring, but yeah,
Mhm.
or even the cookies and cream, or even the matcha and Oreos. I would try
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Basically, any of these donuts that you try, you probably can't go wrong, right?
No.
Unless you just hate something, like if you don't like strawberry, don't get
True.
strawberry, right? But that is it. So yeah, again, this is like Midland and Finch, right?
Yep.
Same strip mall as Chicken Plus that had the waffle bowl. Same strip mall that had the, what are they? The
Chun
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 Chun.
Korean
Oh man,
donut, Korean hot dog. Sorry.
which I really like, really like. So this is a cool place that you can just
Hmm.
kind of go. You get maybe you want some, another something savory first, and then you can get the
Yeah.
donuts afterwards. And if you're kind of smart, you'll order the donuts first, right, and then go back, right? That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking that I would
That
do.
makes sense.
Yeah, because the guy says, "Oh, I'll be ready in 10 minutes." You order them, go order. It'll take 10 minutes. Go order, eat something else. By the time you're ready to eat
Yeah.
the donuts, you go back and just pick them up, and you're good to go. Right?
That's it. Actually, this is a good
Absolutely.
mall because a lot of their stuff I find like the hot dogs is like it's good for one person, and then I think the chicken plus you got wasn't a big portion, was it? I think
No,
it was like
no.
yeah. So I think this is a good mall strip mall for I mean snack size portions or something that we wouldn't consider a whole portion as a meal per se.
Yeah, it's good for a snack, but if you need to have a meal, you can certainly go there as well. And
Hmm.
so,
Oh, for sure.
definitely a cool place. Again, it's Midland and Finch. Well, it's not right on the corner. It's actually north of Finch.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's the name of the strip mall. We'll make sure to add it to our show notes and to exactly where it is.
yeah, absolutely. And so, hold on a second here. Oh, there we go. So, that was this week's food worth mentioning. La Mochi Sweets is what it's called.
Mhm.
And then if you want to go to their website, it's La Mochi. What is it? I had it before, but it's lamochisweets.ca.
And
Is it?
desserts.
Oh, lamochisweets.com is what it's called.
Ah, there it is.
And so you go there, and then, but their link will be on the show notes. So if you can't remember it, it'll be in the show notes, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description of the video. So not a problem there. And if you are getting value from our podcast, whether you get like the whether you're getting entertained or you like our recommendations, I invite you to do something super easy, super simple. We invite you to either like, subscribe, share, or comment. It is a super easy way, and it's a simple way to support our podcast and to do so for free. Isn't that right, Jeff?
That is correct. And also, if you have any recommendations for recipes for us to try or restaurants you want us to eat at, please send them our way as well. And remember this quote from Julia Child: "People who like to eat are always the best people."
Yes, and that, of course, includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos, and you as well if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, take care. You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.